Welcome back, everybody. My name is Eltimar, and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Sunless Sea with the Zubmariner expansion. Where we left off last time, we had arrived at the Salt Lions, which are giant, basically mining operations. And there's also an opportunity for a tryst. A discreet opportunity has arisen to spend time with your favorite officer. This will noticeably reduce your terror, unless it's already low. But if you have a sweetheart back home, you may want to think twice. A tryst with the clatterly heir. In the evening, or in the surgery, sorry. I don't expect any new patients this evening. Instructive. She's made up the operating table with a couple of towels, one spread over the surface and the other folded into a pillow. I like to give instructions, she says, settling herself on the surface. It's not a reflection on your skills. The bowl over there is for you to soak your hands. The water is icy. I like a cold touch, but don't go numb. When you're ready. We have fraternized with one of our officers, and we lost 25 terror, which is actually a pretty potential amount. Now let's go to the actual salt lions themselves. Two basalt beasts, cathedral-sized. They frown eternally at each other across the black waves. The north one carries an encampment. Creeping human figures eat away at its features like rot. Picking. There's a supply dock below. We can visit the Unmakers. We can't carry Sphinx Stone to London because we can't. We can do the Salt's rites, though. The face of the Northern Sphinx is all but gone. Lost faces are sacred to Salt, they say. You are drawn there. To what end? Salt's voice is distant, but clear. We might as well. Dive from the Sphinx face down in a clean arc into the Z's chilly darkness. Float there in the quiet until your lungs are bursting, until light blooms behind your eyes. Rise gasping to the prickle of false stars, the shocked faces of your crew. You've brought something with you. We now have an extraordinary implication. We got the attention of the Salt Sea God. We gained some terror, though. 7. We gained 7 back, unfortunately. But that's all we had to do there. We'll compile a port report. Time, Basalt Disillusion. Record the activities of the Unmakers, such as they are. Rite of Stone and Silence. And we now have a port report. Which is good, because we still have no money. We are extraordinarily poor. Game seems to be going weirdly slow. Maybe not. Maybe it's fine. It's just nice and slow in the dark. I'm going to jump cut ahead to where something happens. And we'll see what it's going to be. Okay, jumping back into the game really quickly, we defeated an Alkeus-class vessel. It had 180 hull, but we took it down. We took a little bit of damage ourselves. We're 22 out of 75. Not exactly ideal, but we'll get that fixed up back in London. Let's investigate the wreckage. You steer close, shining the lamp on the debris. Captain Quick, over there, portside. The legendary clay woman corsair. She clings tight to the last fragments of floating debris. Defeated, but defiant. Let us rescue the pirate poet. Throw a rope, claim a bounty. The price of freedom. It takes 3 crewmen to pull the pirate poet from the Aziz clutches, while others murmur about bringing an unfinished woman aboard ship. She just smirks. She carries little on her but the verses of poetry tattooed over every visible inch, and an old sword almost as chipped as she is. Fortunately, her salvaged possessions also include the jangling money purse on her belt, fat and ready to pay the traditional freedom price of her current bounty. As much as the crew could subdue her, all are relieved when she is aboard a lifeboat rowing away through the darkness towards Gyder's Morn. We have defeated the pirate poet. So that is what we did, and now we're going to continue off in a actually southwesterly direction towards Pigmote Island. We'll see if we can do anything there, and then we'll continue our journey back to London. See you guys shortly. Alright, we are about to cruise into Pigmote Island for Saints Haven. Let's see what we have available to us here. Hopefully something we can do to make some peace between the rats and the guinea pigs, but not likely. Not yet anyways. At the very least we might be able to supply the rats. We have a bunch of extra supplies. Alright, we can try and help Marinia resolve a dilemma. An aide runs over. Hairless advisor, you return to us. Praise the tide. We need your wisdom once again. What is it? Rats and KVs lie quivering on canvas sheets in this part of town. We think it started from something contained in the water, whispers the aide. We thought we contained it, but it is spreading. Our medicines are powerless against it. What do we do? We can have them burn the infected part of town, or build a hospital. Let's build a hospital that will take workers away from other tasks but demonstrate Marinia's compassion. Spirit went up by 2. However, there was a 1 loss of civilization, which kinda sucks. We gained 50 fragments. Away from the contaminated water, the symptoms of the disease soon fade, but it will be considerably longer before the sufferers are ready to return to work. Now, we can request repairs. How much is... Oh, it's really expensive. We'll get the Admiralty to fix it for us. Let us visit the Cavi Ghetto. Actually, let's get a port report first. And now we'll be able to visit the ghetto. We can try to broker a union, but it's a 50-50 shot, and I'm gonna guess that's not gonna really help too much. We'll smuggle food into the ghetto for now. The Cavies have little to offer except their gratitude, and it will improve their spirit. So we'll do that. We get a stout crate, which has fuel inside. That's nice of them. We can't smuggle any more food in. But we have a 60% chance now of brokering a union. Let's give it a shot. Oh, there we go. We did it. Hail Marinia, Chief Engineer Edgar is a pragmatic rat. He listens to your proposition and agrees to discuss the future. The Seneschal, no less proud for the mud in her fur, holds firm on her people's needs, but is ready to compromise on a few of their wants. In particular, we renounce all of our claims, she almost chokes on the words, to the Rat Star. The Chief Engineer sits back, his whiskers twitch happily. The Rat Star, you say? In that case, let us talk terms. So, Pigmote Island Spirit is now 9. They're delighted. And we forged a peace between the rats and the cavies, and time passes. On the island, we succeeded. So there, we don't really have too much to do at the moment. Here, I guess. And we can leave. We've made peace between the rats and the guinea pigs. I feel much better about murdering them. I mean, we really messed up the guinea pigs. Let's be clear about that. We took our boat, a heavily armed warship, comparatively to what they have, and we just fired at them until they surrendered, basically. Not exactly the benevolent overlord position, but whatever. We're going to throw out our Z-Bat a little bit. There's a pretty big area of undiscovered land here. Let's see if we can find anything within. Not looking good, though. We'll hit Quaker Island, or not Quaker Island, Mutton Island, which is Quaker's Haven. See if we can grab another port report there, and then we'll finally return to London for good. Well, not for good, but for another portion of time. Where are we? That looks like a boat. Oh, that is a boat. It's a trade boat, though, so they're not going to attack us, which is good, because we're actually pretty low on life, all things considered. Let's head up to Quaker's Haven. This was a relatively short journey, so I didn't bother doing a quick jump cut there. There's only like, what, a minute across there? And then we'll continue on to London. Anything happening here? Let's explore. We can get drinks, but that's 20 echoes, and we're poor. We're not as poor as we used to be, but we're still pretty poor. We can chat to the fisherman, it only costs 1 echo, or we can go do the challenge, but it's straightforward. Visit the hilltop above town. There's not much wind on the Untersee, but Mutton Island suffers eerie gusts and buffets from an inexplicable local fragment of weather, and the air on the hilltop sometimes carries interesting scents. We got 2 terror, we gained 19 fragments, we succeeded in the challenge. You stand on a cliff top overlooking the little village. Smoke from chimney of the cock and bag pie drifts straight upwards as you watch the smoke tilts. The sudden wind thins it to a pencil smudge, then nothing. The wind screams unexpectedly like a god cut in half. What a noise! It must be the caves around the island channeling the air. At least, that's the most comforting explanation. Below you, the locals each take nips from a shared flask and make a toast towards the mainland. The wind is a southerly. We'll chat with the fisherman. Yeah. We got a port report. Pirates plying the waves, smugglers at the work, Con 8 ships putting into resupply, nothing dramatic, but enough to interest the Admiralty. Oh, we're not going to bother going for drinks. They're expensive here. We'll drink elsewhere, or our money will carry us further. How far are we from London? Not very far. We'll just leave the video running. And we'll cruise into London and finish up this quest, because we were supposed to go... Well, not really quest. A lot of port reports, that's what we're going to hand in. Get some money, I think. When did I change this up? I thought I changed my mascot. Did I forget to do that? There. Or the cat. Iron? Yeah, let's get some iron. Iron helps with shooting things. Maybe we'll get a cannon. Something to make us a little more lethal in the water. And we'll also repair as well, because we are fairly low on hull. We're at, what? A little over a quarter? Yeah. That's a pretty terrible amount of hull, to be honest. Also, I love this music. It's funny, when I first started playing this game, I didn't know what to do and I wasn't sure I was going to like it. I was like, oh man, I don't have any idea, and I have to manage fuel and supplies. I don't like that. That sucks. Oh, okay. Well, they're going to inspect our ship, but we don't have anything. Do your worst. They roam around like wolves. They tear through your belongings like termites. At last they leave. This was the revenue men. They wanted to search our ship for contraband. Let's collect messages. Something has changed underneath. Someone else to sign on. The blind bruiser attends to business on the dock. And that's it for now. A little proposal. Good evening, Captain. And what a marvelous evening it is, if you don't mind my saying so. And given it is my impression that you are an obliging sort, I imagine you will not mind at all. And since you are so very obliging, perhaps you wouldn't mind taking a little detour via Mount Palmerston with a few articles of cargo, if you happen to be in the area. The cheery man will of course cover your expenses for this trifling inconvenience. I will accept the commission. Why not? It is, after all, only a trifling inconvenience. You will need at least 1 unit of space in your hold, which we have. We got 1 unstamped crate of brilliant souls. We need to go to Mount Palmerston. We get to get a tattoo. I'm gonna get the mirrors one. Here's the mirrors one. Oh, it's locked. Why is it locked? We need a memory of distant shores, which we don't have. So we can do hearts, veils, or irons. I mean, we could do irons. Or veils. What's our veils at? Our mirrors are 31. Oh, we need pages. Can we do pages? No, of course not. We need moves in the great game for that, and we don't have that either. Iron or veils? What are our veils? Our veils are not awful. We could do veils, I guess. Okay. We also lost 1 Z story, which now we have 0, and we gained 1 echo. Okay, let's go talk to the Sculler. We have an outlandish artifact for him. We gained 100 echoes, and our favor increased to 2. And we can offer him an extraordinarily implication. What a tantalizing crumb! We gained 250 echoes. And we increased our favor with the Antiquarian. And 2 new fragments, of course. Interesting. We don't have anything else for him, her, so let's go to the Admiralty office. We're going to get our ship repaired in a moment. We'll submit our port reports first. Hunter's Keep, nothing ever changes. No big deal. Venderbite, nothing changes. Shepherd's Isle, we can submit it as fact. Our veils aren't good enough to do that, so we'll just do hearsay. And Pigmote Island. And Frostfound. I think we didn't turn this one in before. Is it as beautiful as they say? I doubt it. Poets are notorious liars, but liars make bad poets. A paradox, is it? Never mind. Your report. We got some favors. Codex. Exiled for giving answers. That's Wither for you. Anything new? Nothing new. Station 3. Excuse me, just let me call my colleague in. Omitted. This is my colleague, Mr. Villian, of the Ministry of Public Decency. Mr. Villian, this good captain's report is here. If you would care to, yes, the fire is already lit. Let us, there we go. Now only ashes remain, and it might have caused such a trouble. Thank you, Captain. We appreciate your discretion. Here is your payment. You need not trouble yourself further in this affair. 100 echoes for that one, though. It's a good place to visit. The Quaker's Haven. Nothing changes. Been trying the original rubbery lumps, have we? And The Salt Lions. The Bazaar has always taken an interest in that place. 20 echoes for that one. Alright. We have a map as well, so we can submit a revelatory chart. He scrutinizes the chart minutely through a lens. He doesn't, you notice, remove the dust or dark spectacles. It passes muster, he remarks. The usual fee applies. 250 echoes that time. And he still wants us to go to the Isle of Hands, I believe, or Empire of Hands? Something like that. Something to do with hands. We also have boatloads of fuel, literally. How much hold space do we have left? 35. Okay, we're gonna switch up our gun, I think. We need a better gun. Oh, we didn't repair a ship either. We should do that. But first a gun. Let's take a look what we can buy. I want the Denunciation. It's a pretty decent early game gun. It can kill most 30 strength monsters in a single hit. And then the other things will come later, of course. Those need torpedoes. That one doesn't need a torpedo. It's an aft weapon. Forward weapon. Cool. Anywho, we could buy a Ratus Faber Assistant. Yeah, we're good. Let us go get repaired. So we need to go to the Admiral. We need help. We need the Admiralty Yards to fix up our ship. 24 echoes it costs, but there we go. We are now fully repaired. And if we go to our hold, we can switch up our weapons and we can sell that other gun because there's really no point in carting it around. Did it vanish? Or did, oh, there it is. So this one did 8 damage, 8 life damage, 1 crew damage, and had a warm-up time of 4. This one does 15, 15, 1, and 4. So it's almost twice the strength of our other gun. And that's going to be it for our video. Once we sell this particular gun, we're going to head out. It's only worth 10 bucks. We're going to be heading this way. Next time, we're going to go all the way up to here. Somewhere over in this region is where we're going to find, fingers crossed, the island. We'll maybe cut across here and try and explore this black area as well on our way. But other than that, I'm going to leave you guys here. I'm going to head out from shore immediately. When we start the next video, we will hopefully be somewhere really cool. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Others, I'll see you all next time. Take care.